Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Maldonado. Welcome back for another lesson of guided reading. Okay, boys and girls. So for you, I have today a tale from Haiti titled "A Singing Turtle." Okay, and it is by Macmillan McGraw-Hill, and it's illustrated by Judy Steed. Okay, so let's get started. And I am going to start reading. The title is The Singing Turtle, a Tale from Haiti. Have you ever fooled someone by playing a trick on them? What did you do? Tell what happened. One fine day, a turtle was sitting on the bank of a river where she lived. She was quietly warming herself in the sun when a flock of birds flew above her. Where are you going? The turtle called out. We are going to Tontonjean's garden, the birds answered. The corn is ripe and we are hungry. Come with us. The turtle thought for a moment. I would enjoy coming along with you, but I have no wings. If Tontonjean catches us in the garden, you will get away without any trouble. But what would happen to me? We'll give you wings, the bird said. Each bird pulled a few feathers and gave them to the turtle. The turtle attached them to his shell with mud. Off they flew. Okay, boys and girls, so if you have noticed within our text here, we have a word that is shaded, and that word is enjoy. So if you see a shaded word as we are reading, that means that's our vocabulary word. So enjoy, boys and girls. In the bottom, we have our definition. That means happy with something. Okay, so if we enjoy something, that means we're happy with it. All right, so let's read our first question. What do the birds help the turtle do? So the birds, if we go back into the text, the birds, remember they're inviting the turtle to go to Tontonjean's garden. And then the turtle said that if they get caught, the birds can fly away because they have wings, but they but the turtle says, I am going what am I going to do? I cannot fly. So then it says the birds um, said that they gave the turtle wings. We'll give you wings, each bird said. Okay, so each bird pulled out a few feathers and gave them to the turtle. And then the turtle attached the birds to its shell with mud. Okay, so the second question, where are they all going? So remember the birds told the turtle, it says, we are going to Tontonjean's garden. So that's where they're going. Okay, and they're going there um, because it said that um, they were going to the garden because the corn was ripe and they were hungry. So what do you think that they're going to do if they're hungry? So they're probably going to look for food in the garden, right? All right, so let's go to the next card here. When they finally reached Tontonjean's garden, they began to fill their bags with corn. The turtle, who loved music, made up a song to entertain the birds. Tontonjean planted corn. It grows sunny sweet. Corn is for you and corn for me. Corn is such a treat. After a while, the turtle took off her wings. She put them on a stone so that if the farmer came, she could quickly get them on again and fly away. The birds were kind and helped the turtle fill her bag. The turtle's song seemed to please the birds, so she sang again. The birds sang along with her. Their work was going along very well when suddenly one of the birds called out, Stop your singing! Here comes Tontonjean! Fly away quickly, my friends! The birds flew away, but when the turtle went to get her wings, she cried, Oh no! The sun has dried the mud. I can't attach my wings and fly away. Okay, boys and girls, so we found another vocabulary word that's shaded, and that vocabulary word is entertain. Okay, so entertain means doing something for someone else to enjoy themselves. Okay, so entertain means doing something to enjoy themselves. So let's read our first question here. What does the turtle do to entertain the birds while they work? So we're going to go back into the text and we are going to find the answer there. Remember, when we have a question, we always try to look into the text to answer our questions. Okay, so what does the turtle do to entertain the birds while they work? Well, it says that when they got to the garden, the turtle who loved music made up a song to entertain the birds. So the turtle was singing a song. And if we can see here in the illustration, we have some music notes coming out of the turtle's mouth where she was singing. Okay. The second question, why does the turtle keep singing? So why does the turtle keep singing? Well, like I said, let's go back to the text and let's look for the answer there. Okay, so it says, the birds were kind and helped the turtle fill her bag. The turtle's song seemed to please the birds, so she sang again. And this time the birds sang with her. So that's why she keeps singing, because the birds enjoy that the turtle is singing. And if we can, when we see the illustration here, we see that there's also music notes coming out of the birds' beaks where they are singing. So they're all singing along and they're enjoying themselves. Okay, so let's go to our next one. The turtle tried to run away, but turtles cannot run very fast. She had only gone a little way when Tauntaun Jean caught her. The turtle's eyes filled with tears as Tauntaun Jean carried her away. But when she had a clever idea, she started to sing. Oh, Tauntaun Jean, if I had wings, I would have flown away. But as you can see, you have caught me. Now I am here to stay. Well, Tauntaun Jean could not believe his ears. Who ever heard of a turtle that could sing? What a brilliant turtle! To make sure he had not been tricked, he asked the turtle to sing her song again. The turtle sang again, and Tauntaun Jean took her home and put her in a large bowl. Tauntaun Jean ran to town to tell everyone about the remarkable turtle he had found. He hoped to find an audience who would pay to see her sing. Maybe she could make him wealthy. But no one believed him except his wife, Sore Minds, who happened to be in the crowd. Okay, so let's look. We have two vocabulary words within this text. And the first vocabulary word that we have here is brilliant. And if we go down here to the bottom, brilliant means very clever and smart. Our second vocabulary word is audience. And audience, at the bottom we have a definition that means a group of people who come together to watch others perform. Okay, so now we have the definitions to both of those vocabulary words that were in our text. Now let's go along to our questions. Why doesn't the turtle get away when Tauntaun Jean comes along? So remember what the turtle had told the birds when they first came and invited the turtle to go along with them. She had told the birds that she cannot go, that she didn't think it was a clever idea for her to go with them, because if they were to get caught, the birds can fly away, but the turtle could not. So the turtle then the birds thought of an idea of giving the turtle some feathers. So the turtle attached those feathers with mud to her shell. But guess what happened? The turtle tried to run away, but the turtles cannot run very fast. She had only gone a little way when Tauntaun Jean caught her. So the turtle's eyes filled with tears as Tauntaun carried her away. Okay, so remember the mud that she used to attach the feathers to her shell, it had dried up. So it could not attach to her turtle shell anymore. Okay, so that's how she got caught, and she could not get away because she was too slow. It said turtles cannot run very fast. Okay, our second question. Why does Tauntaun Jean want to keep the turtle? So it says that when Tauntaun Jean carried her away, it says the turtle thought of a clever idea and she started to sing. And then Tauntaun, it says, Tauntaun Jean could not believe his ears. Who ever heard of a turtle that could sing? So he wants to keep the turtle because it said that he had a brilliant idea. He wanted to make money with the turtle. Okay, so he wanted the turtle to sing. Okay, and it said that he wanted to have an audience who would pay to see her sing, and that would make him wealthy. Wealthy means that would make him rich. That would make him get money. Okay, so let's go to our next card here. Okay, when Sormize heard about the talented turtle her husband had found, she ran home as fast as she could to see for herself. "Oh, brilliant turtle, please perform a song for me," Sormize asked. "I can only sing on the river bank," answered the clever turtle, hoping to trick Sormize into taking her home. "All right," said Sormize, "I will take you to the river bank." Once they got to the river, the turtle said, "You'll have to wet my feet before I can sing." Sormize leaned over the water to wet the turtle's feet. Just then, the turtle slipped out of her hands and into the water, where she quickly disappeared. And that was the very last time anyone heard of a singing turtle. Excuse me, boys and girls. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary word here that is shaded. And that vocabulary word is perform. Okay, perform means when you act, sing, dance, or do tricks while others watch. Okay, so that's what they wanted the turtle to do. Now, how does the turtle trick Sormize into taking her back to the river? Well, remember that she ran to her husband because she had found out about this singing turtle, so she wanted to see for herself. So that when she went to the turtle, she asked, it says, "Oh, brilliant turtle, please perform a song for me." And then the turtle told her, "I can only sing on the riverbank." So the turtle was tricking her, okay, because she wanted her to take her to the riverbank. So then Sormize said, "All right, I'll take you to the riverbank." And it said once she got to the riverbank, the turtle said, "You'll have to wet my feet before I can sing." So then as soon as Sormize leaned over the water to wet the turtle's feet, the turtle slipped out of her hands and slipped right into the water, and she quickly disappeared, boys and girls. And that was the last time that anyone heard of a singing turtle. So that's how the turtle got away. That's how the turtle tricked Sormize into taking her to the river, because she said if she didn't take her back to the riverbank and wet her feet, she could not sing. But really, it was just to trick her to get away from them. Okay, so now let's go to our vocabulary meaning match. And I have, here is a picture of a turtle. I also have a bird. This is a bird from Haiti, by the way. And this is corn. This is a corn stalk here that it's growing. We can see some corn here on the sides. Okay, so what we're going to do, boys and girls, is we have our word bank here filled with vocabulary words that we had just learned. So we have entertain, we have perform, audience, enjoy, and brilliant. Okay, so we have the definitions here at the bottom. So if you would like to join me for this activity, I need for you to gather a piece of paper or something to write on, and also something to write with, a pencil, a pen, marker, whatever you might have a handy there and accessible. Okay, so for our activity here, vocabulary meaning match, I need for you to write numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're only going to write the vocabulary words, boys and girls. You do not have to write the definition, because that way it won't take as long for you to move on to the next one. So let's get started. We can read the definition together. For number 1, when you are happy with something. When you are happy with something, what is the feeling that you have? When you are happy with something, that means that you enjoy it. Okay, when you are happy with something, that means that you enjoy it. So number 1, I need for you to write our vocabulary word enjoy. For number 1, write the vocabulary word enjoy. Okay, for number 2, when you do something to help people enjoy themselves. When you do something to help people enjoy themselves. What is that? When you do something to help people enjoy themselves. Okay, that means you entertain them. Okay, so let's write entertain. And that is for number 2, entertain. Okay, let's move along to number 3. Very clever and smart. Which one of those vocabulary words means very clever and smart? Is it perform, audience, or brilliant? It is brilliant. So for number 3, let's write brilliant. Very good. Okay, so for number 4. Number 4 is when you act, sing, dance, or do tricks while others watch. Okay, when you act, sing, dance, or do tricks while others watch. Is it perform, audience, or brilliant? Okay, that is perform. Perform is the answer for number 4. And that means when you act, sing, dance, or do tricks while others watch. Okay, number 5. A group of people who come together to watch others perform. Okay, we already used brilliant. We're only going to use that once. Okay, so a group of people who come together to watch others perform. It's our last word, and that word is audience. Audience. So let's write audience for number 5. Okay, so I'll let you finish writing that word. I know it's a little bit long. Actually, all of those vocabulary words are a little long, boys and girls. You did a great job learning those vocabulary words. Okay, so let's move right along to our next activity that we will also be using our vocabulary that we learned, vocabulary words. And now we have vocabulary fill in the sentence. So I have other pictures that I want to talk to you about in this page here, in this activity. And here is a flock of birds, boys and girls. A flock of birds, that means more than one bird, a group of birds. Okay, so remember it said that there was several birds flying. So there's a flock of birds. And here is another turtle. Okay, and then down here we have a river bank. Okay, so if you can see, this is where the land meets the water here, and it's very shallow. You can go in there very easily. Okay, so that's where the turtle wanted to go, and that's where the turtle was. It was in a river bank, and that's where we can find turtles sometimes. That's where they live, in a river bank. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened here, but this should be, um, the numbers are mixed up. So this is number, whoops, let me go back. So here, I was trying to fix them. So this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3. Okay, I guess 4, and then we have 5. Those are right, but I'll just go ahead so that they're all the same. Okay, so first of all, we're going to get started with our vocabulary words. Entertain, perform, audience, enjoy, and brilliant. They're the same vocabulary words, boys and girls, that we have been using and we have been learning, that they were in our story, in our tale, The Singing Turtle. Okay, so we're going to read them together. And again, go ahead and number your pages from 1 through 5. And the only thing that you have to do is write the vocabulary word. You do not have to write the whole sentence. Okay, so let's get started and we can read it together. Number 1, the blank laughed a lot during the funny movie. So what word would best fit? The blank laughed a lot during the funny movie. Could it be entertain, perform, audience, enjoy, or brilliant? Which one of those vocabulary words would best fit or complete that sentence? Okay, so that would be audience. So we're going to write audience here. Okay, audience. So the audience laughed a lot during the funny movie. Okay, let's go to number 2. The boy told jokes to blank his friends. To entertain, to perform, to enjoy, to brilliant. The boy told jokes to entertain his friends. Entertain. Okay, so the boy told jokes to entertain his friends. Okay, number 3. My sister is blank at solving math problems. My sister is perform, my sister is enjoy, or my sister is brilliant at solving math problems. And that word that best fits is brilliant. That means very clever, very smart. My sister is brilliant at solving math problems. Okay. Oh, I forgot an I here. All right, so let's go to number 4. Dogs blank playing fetch with children. Dogs perform playing fetch with children. Dogs enjoy playing fetch with children. That is enjoy. Dogs enjoy playing fetch with children. Okay, so we used enjoy. We're only going to use them once. Okay, our last one. Our class will blank a play. Our class will perform a play. Okay, boys and girls, so we can read these sentences together. The audience laughed a lot during the funny movie. The boy told jokes to entertain his friends. My sister is brilliant at solving math problems. Dogs enjoy playing fetch with children. Our class will perform a play. Okay, let's move right along. Now we have vocabulary questions. So the first vocabulary question, boys and girls, is right here. But before we go into our vocabulary words questions, I have some pictures here to kind of give you some ideas of how maybe you can answer those questions. Remember that when you are writing a sentence, that you start with an uppercase letter. Remember when we are answering a question, we want to answer with a complete sentence. Start with an uppercase letter. Make sure you have finger spaces in between your words. And also that if you are answering a question, you're going to answer it with a statement and you have a period at the end. Okay, so let's read the first question together. What is something you enjoy doing with friends? Okay, so remember, you can answer this question later, or you can pause the video and answer it now. Okay, next question. What brilliant ideas do you have today? What brilliant ideas do you have today? Okay, number 3. What could you do to entertain your family or friends? What could you do to entertain your family or friends? All right, boys and girls, so that's it for our guided reading. Kiss that brain. You had an awesome lesson here, boys and girls. You guys learned new vocabulary words and you did an amazing job. So let's go ahead and go to our next activity here. Okay, and in this next activity, we have a sight word Scrabble. Okay, so in this activity, we are going to have we have 4 letters to put together to make a sight word. We will use the 2 bottom rows to help us figure out the mixed up letters that make up the sight words on the top 2 rows. Okay, so let's have some sight word fun. So let's get started with this first group of letters. We are going to look for a sight word down here at the bottom that has a O, R, D, and another O. Okay, I do not see an O here, so I'm going to go to my next word. There's no O there. No O here. No O here, so it can't be any of those. So I find an O here. It also has a D. It also has an R. And it also has another O that, because it has 2 O's, so I am going to circle. Whoops. Go back. Okay, to this. I am going to circle that word. Okay, because I am only going to use each sight word once, boys and girls. So I will write it down here. D-O-O-R. D-O-O-R. And that word is door. Door. Okay, next we have K-D-C-U. Okay, and I find a K. I see a D. I see a C and a U. So it's this one. I will circle and write it down here. D-U-C-K. D-U-C-K. And that word is duck. Duck. Okay. Next I have A-F-M-R. Do we see an A here? No, we do not. Do we see an A here? Yes, we do. Do we see an F? No, we do not. Let's go here. No A here. We do see an A here. We see an F, we see an M, and we also see an R. So I am going to circle, and I am going to write it up here, right underneath all of these mixed up letters. F-A-R-M, and that word is farm. Farm. Okay, let's see if you can find this next one. It's a word that has a E-T-E-F. Okay, E-T-E-F. Okay, so it must be the first one. We got it on the first try. Okay, I'm going to circle it. F-E-E-T. F-E-E-T. There we go. We used all of those letters. And that word is feet. Feet. Okay, let's go to the next one. R-F-E-I. We do not have an R here. We do have an R here, but we do not have an F. Okay, so let's go to this one. We have the R, F, E, and the I. I will circle this word and I will write it underneath. Okay, and it is F-I-R-E. F-I-R and the E. We used all of those letters, so that word is fire. Fire. Okay, next we're going to go down here to the bottom. H-F-S-I. Okay, we do not have an H here. No H here. No H here. We do have an H, but we do not have an F. So that means it must be this one. Let's see. H, F, S, and an I. I will circle it and I will write it here below. F-I-S-H. F-I-S-H. And that word is fish. Fish. Okay, next we have M-G-A-E. Okay, we have a M, G, a A, and we also have an E. Okay, I will circle G-A-M-E. G-A-M-E. And that word is game. Game. Okay, next we have R-G-L-I. R-G-L-I. We have an R. We do not have a G, so we're going to go to the next one. We do have an R. We have a G. We have an L, and we also have an I. So I will circle, okay, and I will write it here below. G-I-R-L. G-I-R-L. And that word is girl. Girl. Okay. Next we have N-H-D-A. Okay, we do not have an N here, so I will have to go to this one. We have an N, we have an H, we have a D, and we also have an A. I will circle and write it H-A-N-D. H-A-N-D. And that word is hand. Hand. Okay, next we have E-W-E-R. E-W-E-N-R. Okay, so I'm going to circle it and I am going to write that word below this group of letters. And W-E-R-E. And that word is were. Were. All right, boys and girls, we have already solved all of those mixed up letters and put our sight words where they belong. So now we are going to read our sight words together. We're going to start with the top row first, and then we're going to read the bottom row of these circled sight words, okay? So the first word, feet, feet. Game, game. Door, door. Fire, fire. Hand, hand. Duck, duck. Were, were. Farm, farm. Girl, girl. Fish, fish. All right, boys and girls, we are all done with our sight word Scrabble. So now it is time for math. Okay, so let's see what we have for math today. We are going to subtract using tense frames. So let's review what a tense frame is. So a tense frame is what we see here. Okay, in a tense frame, we see a tense frame that it is up vertically. Okay, I know that we are probably used to seeing a tense frame horizontally. So I am just going to draw a tense frame here below, just to kind of give you an idea. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means right there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means we have 10. So our tens frame, boys and girls, is the same thing as these tens frames that we have here. So I want you to, in case you see a tens frame, either way, if it's horizontally or if it's vertically, it's the same thing. So let's check and see if we have 10 on these other tens frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I am going to count it going down vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we know 5 and 5 make 10. So we just keep counting on. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So yes, there are 10 dots in those tens frames. Now, we are going to subtract using these tens frames, so we have to make sure that we have 90. So what we're going to do is we're going to count by tens. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So we do have 90. All right, so now for that, boys and girls, when we are subtracting, that means that we're going to have less. We are taking away. Okay, so we're not going to add more tens frames. We are going to cross out tens frames. How many tens frames are we going to cross out? Well, it says that we need to cross out 50. Okay, so let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So how many tens frames do we have left? Well, let's count by tens and we'll write it down here at the bottom. 10, 20, 30, and 40. So our answer is 40. So 90 take away 50 is 40. And we use tens frames to help us solve that answer. Okay, subtract using tens frames. And again, we have 90. So we're going to count our tens frames and make sure that we have 90. Okay, so first of all, let's count and make sure we have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we know that that is a tens frame. So we're going to count by tens for each tens frame. Okay, count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So we do have the 90 that we need. Now we're going to take away, so that means we're going to cross out 40 because we're taking away. We're not going to add any more tens frames because we're not adding. Okay, we are subtracting. So help me cross out 40, counting by tens. 10, 20, 30, and 40. So let's count and see how many we have left, how many tens frames we have, and that's going to be our answer. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So we have 50 as our answer. Okay, so 90 take away 40 equals 50. Okay, again, subtract using tens frames. Again, we have 90 and we are taking away 60. Well, let's count and make sure we have 10 in each tens frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we do have 10. Let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So we do have the 90 that we are looking for. Okay, we are taking away again, so we are not going to draw any more tens frames. That means we're going to cross 60 out. So we're going to count using 10, count by tens. Okay, so what we're going to do, boys and girls, is we are going to cross out 60. So help me count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Okay, so 90 take away 60. Let's count by tens. 10, 20, and 30. So our answer is 30. So 90 take away 60 equals 30. All right, boys and girls, so let's go to our next one. And here we go. Subtract using tens frames. Okay, so what we're going to do, boys and girls, is we are going to, again, count and make sure that we have 80. Now we're looking for 80. So let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. All right, so let's cross out 60. Okay, and help me count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So what I have circled here is what I have left. So we have 10, 20. Okay, so our answer is 20. And boys and girls, just in case if you were wondering how to draw a vertical tens frame, well, we'll draw both of them. Okay, remember, because I know that we are used to drawing a tens frame like this. Okay, we draw a line in half, and then we only draw 4 lines in the middle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so that's the horizontal tens frames that we usually draw in class. But if we want to draw like the ones that we have here, okay, we just draw like a rectangle, kind of like we're drawing a door. And we make a straight line. And the same thing, 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, boys and girls, so that gives us the 10. All right, so now we're going to move right along to our next one, and we're going to subtract using tens frames again. We have 80, so let's count and make sure that we have 80 tens frames, okay? That we have 8 sets of 10, that is. Okay, so let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. All right, we're going to cross out 5 or 50, okay, because we're taking away. So let's cross out 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, so we have this here, and those are the ones that we have left over. So let's count and see how many that is. Let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30. So what is our answer? Our answer is 30. Okay, so 80 take away 50 equals 30. Okay, so now we have a word problem. It says there are 80 students playing hide and seek in the playground. 40 students stopped playing to get ready for class. How many students are now playing hide and seek? Okay, first let's circle our important information and let's underline our question. Okay, so there are 80 students, okay, that are playing in the playground. That's the total amount of students. And then 40 students stop playing to get ready to go to class. So how many are now playing hide and seek? So that means some left. So that means that we have to take away. We are not going to add because some left. Okay, so we have 80, take away 40. Okay, and we can write it like that, or we can write it like this. It gives us it's the same thing. Okay, so there's 80. Let's count and make sure that we have 80 here in our tens frames. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Okay, so we have the 80, and we're going to cross out 40 because we know that they left. Okay, so we are not going to add anymore. 10, 20, 30, and 40. And what we have left here is our answer. Let's see how many we have left. 10, 20, 30, and 40. So how many students are now playing hide and seek? It says 40 students. Okay, we have 40 students, and the word students is here in our word problem. Okay, next, there are 60 ducks in a pond. If 20 of the ducks fly away, how many ducks are now in a pond? Okay, so we have 60 and 20 of them fly away, so that means that we're going to take away, we're going to subtract. We are not going to add tens frames, we're taking away. So we have 60, take away 20. We can write it like that, or we can write it like this. It's the same thing. Okay, let's count and make sure we have 60 here within our tens frames. Counting by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Okay, we're taking away, so that means I'm crossing out 20. 10, 20. Okay, I am going to circle. Then we have 10, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, so our answer is 40 and 40. Okay, let's go to our next one. All right, so that is the end of our math lesson for today, boys and girls. But now, excuse me, now it is your turn to log on to MobyMax. And for that, you're going to go into www.mobymax.com. Okay, and step number 1, you are going to go click on this sign in. Okay, click on that orange button there. Okay, step number 2, once you sign in, make sure you are in as a student. Okay, once you are in as a student, the next thing you're going to do, step 3, you are going to type in Guadalupe Center. Okay, you need to make sure that you leave a space between Guadalupe and Center. Once you do that, then you are going to click on that find box there, and you're going to see that Guadalupe Center is going to show up here at the bottom. Once that shows up, you're going to click on Guadalupe Center, and then you're going to go to step number 4. I want you to check to make sure that you are still in as a student and that you see Guadalupe Center there, okay, for your school. Once you do that, then you are going to type in your username and your password. For both of them, they're going to be the same. It's going to be your student number or your lunch number, as some of us call it, okay? Your lunch number, student number is the same thing. I want you to type that for your username and also for your password. Okay, that now takes us to step number 5. Once you are in, that you know you're in the right school, that you're in as a student, you're going to get this next screen. You are going to check to make sure that you see these books. Okay, once you click on those books, then you are going to go to step number 6. For step number 6, you are going to see all of the subjects that you have access to. Okay, there's going to be math, there's going to be reading, there's going to be writing, science, a lot of different other options that you might have, boys and girls, but we are going to focus on math for today. Okay, so I want you to click on this math icon here. Okay, that math box. Once you click on that math box, then you are ready to get started with your lessons. Okay, also, boys and girls, another thing I wanted to mention, once you are in in that, the last one that we just did, step 6, make sure that you see your name. You're going to see your name right here at the top where I am just making this box. That's where you are going to see your name. Make sure that it is your name and not someone else's name, because sometimes if we type one wrong number, sometimes it gives us a different student number. So we have to make sure that we are typing our right number, and when we see our name, that's how we know that everything is correct. All right, boys and girls, I hope you've enjoyed our lessons for today, and I will see you next time.